All right, Shalom. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders at GMS to rule well. Peace and blessings to the Akim that's out there fighting, doing his work with truth and sincerity. It's a quick lesson. I want to put out real quick, the Brother Pod. Speaking of prophecy and things that's going to come to things that must come to pass, man. You know, we basically in medical, something called medical martial law that Apostle Kabar has said a while back. So things are just going to intensify, and with these machinations is coming, and we want to do this warp speed of doing everything, trying to max the people within 24-hour period, and they getting everything geared up and ready for it now. Well, that's all according to prophecy, man. It goes back to Genesis chapter 27 with Esau, and I'm gonna get, Lord willing, I'm gonna get that last. But prophecy is like a seed that has been planted, and the seed takes time to grow. So you see these troops at your door forcing you to get this stuff and the RFID chip and putting you in concentration camps and, everything that's happening now, the crashing of the economy and go be famine and everything. This is all part of biblical prophecy, man. So I'm gonna start here at Revelations 14 and 18. And another angel came out from the altar, which had power over the fire, and cried with a loud cry, so like it, to him that hath the sharp sickle, saying, "Thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe." That's right. Let's see something. Let's look up fully ripe, to furthest, to come to maturity. So the grapes are fully ripe at this moment, which is speaking of prophecy. So it's a process of time. Just like prophecy, it's a process of time. Things didn't happen overnight. There was a process of time. So now the grapes are fully ripe. So in other words, they mature now. Just like a child, when a child is born, when a kid is born, they don't come out speaking or come out crawling or eating anything. It's a process. It's a buildup. You see what I'm saying? So there's no different. It's no different. There's no different with prophecy. It's a buildup, and it's going to mature, man. You see what I'm saying? Just like a seed is being planted, man. The seed, when you plant a seed, it doesn't grow into a plant immediately. It's a process of time. So these prophecies are happening every day. It's a process, and it's a buildup, and it's coming to its maturity, man. That seed of prophecy has already been planted. Like the Bible speaks of famine, insurrection, RFID, machinations, time of Jacob's trouble. But see, people think that everything is normal, or people think it's normal or it's going back to some kind of normalcy. You see? But the seed of prophecy has already been planted, man. So in other words, prophecy is being fulfilled right now, and it's growing into its maturity, man. You see what I'm saying? Nothing happens overnight. So this is a buildup. So your leaders and your so-called leaders in these churches and things of that nature, they don't even speak about prophecy. Other camps don't even speak about prophecy. The Lord got the spirit upon GMS to go into prophecy, man, and other brothers that's not with GMS but teaching the same doctrine of Yahweh Bashim Shah as GMS. It's a process. Like I said, there's no different with a child being born. It's a process for that child. It's a process when you plant the seed, the grapes are ripe. So that's basically going into prophecy, man. Prophecy is maturing, man. So you look at us as like time of Jacob trouble, is whack, or insurrection, RFID, Mac. That ain't gonna happen. It's happening though. It's going to intensify as prophecy goes, as it mature. Then you will start to understand and see what's going on, man. So prophecy is basically being fulfilled, and it's growing into its maturity right now, and that's what you see happening with everything that's going on. With everything that's going on right now, it's all a buildup. With the troops coming to your door, and we warning you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans of these things, man. Everything is not normal, and everything will not go back to normal as you thought it would be, or as you thought it was at one time, man. No, this is Matthew 24 and 32. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So the fig tree is a metaphor of prophecy. So a seed takes time to process, or a tree takes time to grow. So prophecy now is coming clear to those that's spiritual, that now prophecy, now you see it. You see it clearly because you have that eye salve to be able to see these things. You see what I'm saying? So you can't plant something of anything and everything pops up. No, it takes time. It's a process. Prophecy is a process. It's just slowly maturing, slowly growing, slowly building. And to the point now, shit, when the apostles came in, well, before the brothers came in after that, now we starting to see it like, man, this prophecies are literally walking off the page and jumping off the page and walking down the street, man. You know, prophecy is happening. So you starting to see that process of prophecy take place more and more and more because we see the Jacob's trouble. We see the insurrection. We see the uproars of the people. We see that coming. It's happening, but it's going to intensify. We seeing the middle class being destroyed right in front of you. That was a process of time. And now we're at the time where prophecy is maturing. Now the men of the Lord, those who believe on Yahweh Bashim Shai, and those the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, go clean more unto the Lord, man, because we're seeing prophecy taking place, man. You see what I'm saying? And it all goes back to Genesis 27. So everything this devil has been doing up to this point, this is the reason why. And if you see this thing spiritually, it grew. You see, this is Genesis, so it grew. Prophecy was growing. It was growing. The seed been planted, it was growing. Now we're starting to see prophecy sprout up strong like a tree or a plant or what have you. Genesis 27:41. I hope this makes sense to you. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessings wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, meaning in his mind, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Why do you think they want to go do warp speed on the machinations on you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans now? It was over in China, but now it's directed towards you Jakes because of prophecy. It was a buildup of time. So the whole time we've been over here on this side of the globe, this man been, so like the GMO foods, the chemtrails, everything you see, the genocide on, giving you AIDS and everything. That was all according to prophecy. It was a buildup. If you see it, man, you'll be like, wow. So everything that was happening in the so-called America has been happening because of this right here in Genesis 27:41 against you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Against the Lord's people, which is us, man. So now the time is at hand where Esau is doing everything he can to try to get rid of you Jakes, man. Because he don't want to. He been hunting you and mad at you ever since Genesis. So it was a buildup. Prophecy had to mature, man. And we see that. So everything was a process. So Esau raising up against you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's why everything is happening today. And people don't know this, that the elite have meetings against you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to get rid of you, man. You see? And they want to come get the prophets as well, man. So this has all been a process of time of prophecy maturing up to this point in even greater levels, man. So we will have to cleave and call upon Yahweh Bashim Shah and not play with this, man. Do what we need to do according to our lot. Brothers in the truth, to you believers out there, you listeners, this is not a game. All you see right now is happening to go back from Genesis. There was a process of time. The prophecy was leading up to this, and it's going to get worse, man. You see? It's going to get worse. And you can't trust this devil, man, which is Edom, Esau, man. So these things must come to pass, man, and you're not getting this anywhere else. I'm supposed to get that other Bible. Man, I should have opened up another Bible app. Let's see, Isaiah 46:10, declaring the end from the beginning, from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand and I will do my pleasure, man. So these things must come to pass, you see, because it was written of, and then Esau put a man up there, a Jacob up there with a machete, claiming to be an Israelite, saying he tried to attack people. What did just happen on the news last week or sometime? So this man is slandering the Lord's people, the prophets, man, by putting out these false allegations, man. You see? And that's spoken of in the book of Psalms 31:13, man. This man seek to get your life, and he's slandering your life. So that way, he's slandering the prophets. So that way, he can try to make his move to justify his action against the men of the Lord, man. But again, this is prophecy, man. You see, because what Esau, which is the dragon, the system, was wroth with the Lord's people, man. Because it all goes back according to prophecy in Genesis 27:41, man. So are these things, the medical martial law, the nanobots in you, and the 5G things they want to do and put in you, all was according to prophecy. And if you spiritual, you see these things that's happening now, man. From Genesis all the way up to Revelations. So now prophecy basically is ripe and is ready to come to its maturity. You see? So the famine, the insurrection, Arphadychip, the machination, Jacob's trouble, famine of the word, famine of food, the breakdown of society, calamities. So this is all a build up of prophecy. So these things must come to pass, man. But then here, like I say, he'll get a Jake with a machete on the news. It was like a week or so ago, saying he was part of the black Hebrew Israelites, which were not black. So they want to use slander, you see what I'm saying, to get the people to believe that so they can try to make a move on the men of the Lord, man. But the Lord will set up a standard against that, man. So this is Brother Bonds of Pod. Lord willing, I hope this was edifying. Until the next time, I should say, Shalom.